All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Potato Head Theater. Today's Bible story is found in the book of Judges, chapter 6. Gideon was a young man in the weakest clan, in the weakest tribe, in all of Israel.
Hi, everybody. My name's Gideon. I'm the weakest man in the weakest clan, in the weakest tribe, in the weakest country of the entire world. It is awful to be me.
The Midianites had taken over all of Israel, and everyone was afraid.
We're gonna take over all of Israel and steal all of your food.
One day, Gideon was threshing wheat in a winepress because he was afraid the Midianites would find him and steal all of his grain.
I sure don't want them to find me. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna thresh all of my wheat inside of this giant winepress so no one will see me.
Then suddenly an angel of the Lord appeared and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior."
The Lord is with you, mighty warrior.
"Excuse me, my lord?" Gideon replied.
What are you talking about? What do you mean, mighty warrior? Don't you know who I am? Do you realize that all hope is lost? Look at me. I'm sat inside of a bucket throwing dirt into the air. There's no way that God is for us.
Why do we have to be so afraid of the Midianites if God is with us? The Lord turned to him and said, "Go in the strength you have and save Israel out of Midian's hand. Am I not sending you?"
Go in the strength that I am giving you. Go. I have delivered the Midianites into your hands. Go. Am I not sending you? Because I said go like 4 times. You got it?
"Pardon me, my lord," Gideon replied, "but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family."
Don't you know who I am? I'm the weakest person in the weakest clan, in the weakest family, in the weakest tribe, in the weakest country. I can't fight the Midianites. I'm too scared.
The Lord answered, "I will be with you, and you will strike down all the Midianites, leaving none alive."
The Lord will be with you. You will strike down all of your enemies, and no one will possibly survive. It's gonna be awesome.
Gideon was amazed, but he still wasn't quite sure, so he came up with a test. Gideon said to God, "If you will save Israel by my hand as you have promised, look, I will place a wool fleece on the threshing floor."
All right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna take some wool right here. I'm gonna put it right down here on the ground, and we're gonna see what happens.
If there is dew only on the fleece and all the ground is dry, then I will know that you will save Israel by my hand.
If there's dew, if this thing is soaking wet and everything else is dry all around it, I know that you are with me, and all things gonna be gravy, baby.
And that is what happened. Gideon rose early the next morning.
I wonder if it happened. Let's go check it out.
He squeezed the fleece and wrung out the dew. It was a bowl full of water.
Let's squeeze this out and see what happens. Oh my gosh, look at how much water's coming out of this. Almost none. There. This is amazing. Do you believe me now?
Gideon was amazed, but he still wasn't convinced.
This is awesome, but I'm still not quite sure. Would you please indulge me for another test?
Gideon said to God, "Do not be angry with me. Let me do one more request. Allow me to do one more test with this fleece."
If you must. What is it?
This time make the fleece dry and the ground be covered with dew.
All right, so this time, Miss Fancy Pants, what I want you to do is we're gonna make the ground completely wet, but the fleece completely dry. Can you do it? Only then will I trust God.
That night, God did so. Only the fleece was dry, all the ground was covered with dew.
God's called me to do something. Let's see if what he said has actually happened. This is amazing! The fleece it's completely dry and everything else is wet all around it. I cannot believe this.
Finally, Gideon was convinced and became a mighty warrior and led the Israelites to freedom from the Midianites.
I totally believe God has called me now. Bring me my sword. Let's get all of the Midianites. Yeah!
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Potato Head Theater.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.